Hey everyone, Jordan Dunsmore with YTS Wealth Management. This week's edition of Off the Charts, we're going to dive into energy, specifically how it's been one of the most underreported geopolitical shifts of our lifetime, maybe in our country's history, just how much the U.S. is producing now and how much the U.S. is exporting. So that's what we want to reference on this first slide here. Going back to 1950, you could see on the production and consumption side, the U.S. for decades and decades was consuming significantly more energy than it was producing. Right around 2019, that shifted and most likely will never go back to being a net consumer. And then when you look at imports and exports, you can see the same thing. We were importing significantly more energy than we were exporting right around 2019. That all shifted, but this all started with the shale revolution, which really kicked off between 2006 and 2008, Texas, North Dakota, Pennsylvania, upstate New York. But new technologies with horizontal drilling really changed the face of U.S. energy. So now what we want to do is zoom in to these numbers a little bit, specifically when it comes to exports and production. But you can see exports. You don't see charts like this often, basically just going vertical here. Three main exports: petroleum, crude oil, and natural gas. And a lot of the shipping ports that we've built decades and decades ago were all made for importing. So one of the unique things is these shipping ports now are being retrofit for exporting, exporting all around the world. And then the last area I want to highlight is just energy production, because this probably has the most ramifications on investing in areas that we like. And I'll highlight three areas. So natural gas, we believe, has long staying power as an energy generator here in the US. So we do have investments in natural gas, renewables, specifically solar. We've seen China basically triple their solar production over the last 10 years. We think solar is going to be a bigger part of energy production in the US. And then lastly, nuclear. We do a lot of reading, a lot of studying. If you look at some of these tech companies, you'll notice that they have implemented mini nuclear plants to power all of their servers and technology that they use. So we see nuclear as a viable energy producer and investment opportunity over the decades to come. So, but again, very underreported how much this has changed geopolitical relations. And you can see it now, even with tensions in the Middle East. The U.S. isn't affected as much. The stock market isn't affected as much. Thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of Off the Charts. We'll see you next week.